Now, I'm hoping I have a few more minutes to do this. Okay, recapping, Janet Jackson was talking about um, how she was listening to Prince's music and wasn't supposed to, being that she had her, you know, her family's group. Okay. When I was 16, I was promoting my first album, and I went with mother to see the Times concert with Prince. Uh, claimed. She claimed. Hmm. I find that funny. Okay. Um, ironly, Janet Jackson would team up with Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam, ex-members of the Time, a few years later to produce an album called her album Control. Pretty cool. That was a good album by Janet Jackson. I have to give her that. Man, I have to give her that. I did like the Control album. Okay, 1999 was, in my opinion, his breakthrough album of his career, as well as my favorite album, Prince. Excuse me, by Prince. That's one of his biggies. The 1999 song. That and Purple Rain. Because he combined experimental elements of his past solo albums and the more funk oriented sound of the time. Okay. Again, doing those mixes that we love. And my favorite track from this album is the song Lady Cab Driver. Very funky. Don't know if I've ever heard Lady Cab Driver, but oh, well, there it is. 1982, Lady Cab Driver. Oh, I possibly remember that. Okay, but this was the single Little Red Corvette. I love that song. That would help Prince get to the first top 10 hit of his career. I love Little Red Corvette. That's one of my favorites.
The new single by Prince was our big hit of the week. Not only did the song go on to become a major smash, but it also helped to establish this performer as one of pop and R&B's most creative stars.
It is solid gold.
He's with us tonight to sing his monster hit, Little Red Corvette. Here's Prince.
Yeah, that was good. Little Red Corvette. Like I said, I'm going to watch this whole entire thing over. I just wanted to give you the reading clips on it, and you can watch it yourself. That's why I gave you the name of the person that put this out and the name of the video. I don't know if there's any more reading, I mean. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that.
Shape his own music.
Okay, so I'm trying to finish up this segment.
To bring him a bigger audience.
Okay, so 1999 is a masterpiece, and it was his most successful album at that time. It is also my favorite, okay, according to this person's video. I'm saying person, I don't, I believe it's a man. 1982 was a great year for Prince. He was dramatically improving as a singer, songwriter, and producer. Okay, but it was nothing compared to what was going to happen by the end of 1982 with the release of his second solo. With the second release, with the release of the second solo album of Michael Jackson. Sorry. Oh, okay. So that's when Thriller came out. Now Thriller, I have to give it to Michael Jackson because that was excellent. That album is excellent. Thriller. I don't know how many times I taped it on Z100. There was a station in New York called Z100. Every Halloween they would play that. And I don't know, every time they would do a music countdown, I would record it, but along with Prince. So that was creative because it was kind of like a mini movie with the song. Oop, I keep missing these things. Okay, nothing. Okay, with the Thriller album. Okay, so we went over the Thriller album. It's very good of Michael Jackson. Once again produced by Quincy Jones. It was released on December 1982 and would become a most successful album of all time. Excuse me. Which they are right. I'm pretty sure it was. Okay, at this first number hit. I'm sorry. And the first number one hit single from the album, from the album was the entitled track "Billie Jean," which I was correct about. Released on January 3rd, 1983. This is Billie Jean, as you can hear. Which was a really good video. The new channel MTV. Now this is when MTV first was launched in 1981. Refused to categorically to play the music video because it was considered too black. Wow, that's the first time I'm hearing that one. Well, yeah, MTV had a lot of white artists. It was just later on that they had black artists on there. But doesn't, that's how things first start out, with a lot of white artists, and then they start letting black, and then, they're letting black artists on there. Which is kind of messed up. But as a matter of fact, MTV earliest format was modeled after AOR, album-oriented rock radios. So, yeah, they featured a lot of rock, or what they call alternative now, to go on there. And I'm not sure when. This is why I think a lot of people did not know, not know, but because obviously they had the variety show, but a lot of people did not. They thought the songs came out later than they did. I think because of what was going on with MTV. I'm thinking that's what happened. Because this is album-oriented rock, so in other words, rock music, white music. This is what I'm getting at. It says, in other words, rock music, white music, and at the time, Michael Jackson was strict R&B soul artist. Okay, that was his label. They were labeling him as, and I guess until he started doing collaborations. Don't know, but I mean, he was on there eventually.